All right, everyone, our final pitch presentation of the evening. Friendly reminder, we've got coffee, wine, and beer, as well as some great pizza from the newest downtown establishment. Our next presenter representing Yardley is Mario Gonzalez. Super fun fact, their favorite color is green, and I think you'll be able to tell when he gets up on stage. Thanks.
Hello. So thank you guys so much for saving the best for last. I promise to make it worth your while. My name is Mario Gonzalez, and today I'm going to be presenting Yardley. So before we begin, I want to take you guys back in time to maybe this time last week in your life where maybe your boss yelled at you one too many times, or maybe that one coworker that you absolutely despised rolled her eyes at you in a very nasty way. She should not have done that. But you were ready because that weekend you had invited your friends and your family over for a cookout. But as you pull into your driveway, you realize that your lawn looks something like this. Now you think, you know what? I deserve it. Let me actually get somebody to do this for me. But as you pull out your phone and you look for a lawn care provider in your area, you realize that, one, nobody picks up, and secondly, those people who do pick up can only stop by and give you an estimate and perhaps provide a service for you 1 to 2 weeks out from now. By then you're pissed off and you kind of have to do it yourself. So if you've encountered this and you've encountered the problem, the fact is that 67% of all of homeowners use a lawn care service, 30% of which actually switch providers 1 time per year and rank very highly unsatisfied. And the most astounding fact of all is that 70% of the entire lawn care industry doesn't use any form of digital platform whatsoever. The basic solution for this will be to provide homeowners with basic to streamline technology, enhancing quality with verified service providers, and have GPS-driven coordination between clients and providers. What we've done with Yardley is build a fast and efficient on-demand lawn care service that can be replicated at scale. Not only can we automate the process in which a provider and a client transact, but we can also incentivize service providers within our platform to get bigger and better jobs based on customer feedback. So how exactly does this work? When a client signs up for Yardley, using AI and satellite imagery, we can automatically give them a lawn care quote based on the region and the square footage of their property. We then communicate that information to a local service provider and get them someone out there the exact same day. Simple, I know, it sounds like it. But how is this supposed to make any money? Very simple. Yardley's business model is we're an online platform that connects homeowners with service providers, and we could take a 20% commission off every single transaction. 20% of what, you might be asking? The lawn care industry is roughly a $70 billion industry. If we with Yardley aim to conquer only 1% of that, which is $165 million, and take into account that the average homeowner spends $1,200 annually on lawn care, at only 50,000 customers, Yardley would be generating $12 million in annual recurring revenue. Now, not only can we revolutionize this outdated industry that's frankly never going away, but we can actually provide a new low barrier of entry opportunity to 36% of the workforce that relies on a side gig already, like Uber, DoorDash, or Instacart, okay? Now, you might be thinking, why hasn't anybody else done this before? There's probably 1,000,000,001 companies doing this. It's so simple. But the fact is there's only 2 quote-unquote competitors for Yardley. And they both use very outdated methods of marketing and acquiring users, which is why I can almost guarantee nobody has heard of them. They both don't just focus on lawn care the way that Yardley does. They both don't have GPS tracking for their service providers. And lastly, they don't have a very user-friendly interface that focuses on retaining clients instead of just providing a transaction. Yardley does all of this. And before I tell you exactly how we plan to take Yardley to the next level, I want to tell you why I'm specifically the person to do so. So 4 years ago, I was one of the youngest general managers at a very low-key local fast food burger joint called Whataburger. Maybe you guys have heard of it. And throughout that process, I realized that my peers were double and triple my age. And it was ambition alone that had gotten me to the point where I was. So I decided to take the skills that I learned and started my own marketing agency, working with a variety of online and in-person service businesses. And at the beginning of the year in 2023, I ran across the opportunity to work with my first software startup company, helping them acquire users using organic marketing. And last year in 2024, I ran across the opportunity to work with a local landscaping company. Speaking with the clients and asking them why they choose to work with us, They were very repetitive answers, which is communication and consistency is what they were looking after. And because I had realized that the lawn care industry as a whole was a very unorganized mess, people would call you out of the blue, wanting a service then and there. Maybe they were pissed off because you couldn't get there. Whatever the case may be, I made it my mission to fix that. In June last year, we rolled out what is now the first version of Yarly, a platform where my clients could instantly get an estimate and sign up for a weekly, monthly, or yearly service. To date, we've processed 96 users through our platform, and the goal of this quarter is to fully launch Yarly's app ecosystem on the Apple App Store, and next quarter to fully launch a semi-national marketing campaign. Now, this is the dream team, myself with 3 years marketing experience, and my co-founder, who happens to be my not-so-baby brother anymore, who has a computer science engineering degree, a master's that is, and he helps with Yarly's app development, okay? So where does Yarly go from here? At the moment, we're at $4,200 in monthly recurring revenue with only 40 users, okay? We plan on growing at a 12.6 growth rate year over year with the goal of reaching 100,000 users, which means at that goal, we would be roughly bringing in $16 million in monthly recurring revenue at 20% profit margins. In order to reach this goal, we're seeking a very small investment of $500,000, and with the goal basically to allocate 300,000 of which to develop Yarly's app ecosystem, 150,000 of which to make Yarly a household name with an aggressive marketing campaign, and $50,000 to incur our operation costs. Now, thank you so much for listening to my presentation, and if you guys want to have a stress-free cookout this weekend, you guys can actually check out Yarly here. Thank you.
Congratulations, Mario. I think this is an amazing application. My question to you is this strictly focused on residential, or you're including commercial as well for this service?
So the story didn't go well if I said it with a commercial client, right? But our portfolio does include at least 10% at the moment commercial clients, right? It makes it easy for property managers to go to one singular company instead of outsourcing their projects to a property management company, then a property management company finding a local company.
Mario, congratulations. This is an awesome idea. My question to you is, this looks like it's going to be a dual-sided platform.
Yes.
So you're going to have to market to both your customers and the people who are going to be doing the work. Mm-hmm. Please tell me this is going to be in Spanish as well.
Yes, of course. And here's a fun fact for you. Only 20% of the entire lawn care industry is actually Hispanic, right? So this is a fact that most people don't know. They always tell me, hey, like, how is this going to work, you know, for whatever case may be, but it's only 20%.
Right, but you want to start here in the Valley? The Valley's like...
Of course.
Yeah, so...
We can easily translate to Spanish,
yeah,
yes,
perfect.
Of course. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, sir. That's it. Thank you. Okay.